Endangered Asiatic black bears spotted in Cambodia. Endangered Asiatic black bears, Ursus thibetanus, listed in the International Union for Conservation of Nature (IUCN) Red List of Threatened Species, have been spotted in Cambodia's forests. PM expresses delight in progress of Cambodia-Vietnam bilateral relations. Prime Minister Hun Sen has expressed his delight at the development and progress of Cambodia-Vietnam bilateral relations, especially in trade between the two countries. ASEAN COVID-19 Table 21 January 2022. ASEAN as a whole has reported more than 15.9 million COVID-19 cases. Of this, more than 800,000 are active cases as of January 21. ASEAN-India tourism ministers vow to strengthen cooperation to revitalize ASEAN-India tourism. ASEAN-India tourism ministers have set a joint plan to find ways to better use digital technology for the development of ASEAN tourism, and to continue to strengthen cooperation to restore ASEAN-India tourism. Administering of third booster dose against COVID-19 in Cambodia finally takes off along with fourth dose. After languishing at about 3 million booster doses administered from the start in August last year until end of 2021, the onset of Omicron, and the availability of Pfizer vaccines, albeit in limited supply, seems to be the impetus the Ministry of Health needed to get people to rush back to vaccination centers. Vietnam, Cambodia enjoy thriving ties. Minister of Foreign Affairs Bui Thanh Son on January 20 held talks with his Cambodian counterpart Prak Sakhon, during which both sides said they are happy to see the growing ties between the two countries' ministries, agencies, localities and people. All COVID-19 patients must do PCR test to ascertain variant. With the majority of the people in Cambodia being vaccinated against COVID-19, many of those who do a self-test and find themselves positive are doing their own home treatment if they find the symptoms mild. Cambodia recognizes Vietnam's travel passport and Vietnam simplifies entry requirements. Cambodia is among 10 countries that accept Vietnam vaccine passports, along with Australia, Belarus, India, Japan, Maldives, Palestine, the Philippines, the UK and the US. Thailand's test and go quarantine-free entry to resume February 1, while Cambodia looks at ATF to give its tourism a boost. Thailand will resume the test and go quarantine waiver for vaccinated arrivals from February 1, the Center for COVID-19 Situation Administration, CCSA, said on Thursday, in response to slowing coronavirus infections. Vietnam's foreign minister delivers Tet gifts to needy Vietnamese Cambodians. Vietnam's Minister of Foreign Affairs Bui Thanh Son met with leaders of the Khmer Vietnam Association and presented gifts to needy Cambodians of Vietnamese origin in Cambodia on January 19 as part of his two-day official visit to the neighboring country. Hun Sen and Ban Ki-moon to co-chair World Summit 2022 in Seoul in February. The Universal Peace Federation and Cambodia have announced the upcoming World Summit 2022, Summit for Peace on the Korean Peninsula, which brings together keynote speakers and participants from 157 nations, to explore the prospects for peaceful reconciliation of the Korean Peninsula. Cambodia, Thailand stand ready to support Myanmar. The Kingdom of Cambodia and the Kingdom of Thailand have reaffirmed their readiness to support Myanmar to solve its ongoing crisis. Khmer clashes in Myanmar. Cambodia calls for end of violence. Cambodia, the chair of ASEAN for 2022, has appealed to all parties concerned in the clashes in Khmer state of Myanmar to end all acts of violence and to begin a dialogue. Cambodia condemns Abu Dhabi oil site attack. Cambodia has issued a statement condemning deadly attacks on an oil facility in Abu Dhabi, United Arab Emirates on January 18. Boots at the ready. RCAF prepares to enhance security during elections. Royal Cambodian Armed Forces, RCAF, Commander-in-Chief General Vong Pison, has ordered the armed forces to crack down on any attempts to overthrow the elected government amid upcoming subnational and national elections. Vietnam says PM's Myanmar trip helps mediation efforts. Vietnam has lauded Cambodia's preliminary success in efforts toward helping Myanmar resolve its internal crisis. Interior Ministry monitoring Phan Sinpec's internal conflict. Amid fights for legitimacy for the upcoming two separate congresses to be held by two royalist Sinpec factions, the Interior Ministry said its legal experts are monitoring the move, urging them to resolve the internal conflict through legal procedures. Scientists IT researchers to study in France. Cambodia and France signed an agreement on Wednesday to cooperate with each other concerning research in the field of science and technology, within the framework partnership Hubert Kurian, PhD, Tonley Sap. Ministry blacklists U.S. lawyer from entering Cambodia. The Ministry of Interior has blacklisted an American lawyer Jensen Jed Matthew, and placed him in the immigration system at all international border police stations, permanently banning him from entering Cambodia. Cambodians to celebrate River Festival in March. The Kampong Tom province will hold its 7th River Festival in early March, after it was cancelled the last 2 years due to the COVID-19 pandemic. Announcement on the result of the public subscription of the initial public offering of JS Land plc. With great honour, JS Land plc. Company, and RHB Securities, Cambodia plc. Wish to inform the public that the subscription of the initial public offering of JS Land plc. Japan renews commitment to help kingdom develop. Japan has again come to the forefront with a renewed commitment to help Cambodia with its development in the field of economy, water resources and meteorology. Bak Keng treatment plant 50% complete. The construction of Bak Keng water treatment plant, the first project with a capacity of 195,000 cubic meters per day, is now 50% complete and is expected to be ready next year. Wing Bank invests $2 million in the CAIC bond to support Techo International Airport. Wing Bank has invested $2 million in a bond for the development of the Techo International Airport, currently under construction in Kandal Province south of Phnom Penh. Cambodia to support Olympic Games without politicalization. Cabinet Minister Bin Chin said Cambodia wants to maintain the purity of the Olympics movement, supporting unity and friendship, and opposing separatist movements and anti-Olympics tendencies. Sacred statue destroyed by man in drunken rage. Tbang Khmer Provincial Court yesterday charged a man with causing intentional damage after he broke a sacred statue when it failed to answer his prayers. Envisioned paintings on display at gallery in PP's Dawn Pen district. An envision painting exhibition is being held at the Chandina Gallery, in Phnom Penh's Dawn Pen district near the National Museum, from Tuesday to Sunday, from 10 a.m. to 8 p.m. Forestry officials trained for better conservation and protection. A 2-day intensive training was held for forestry officials on better understanding of forest and forestry-related challenges, and how to manage them effectively, including protecting natural resources and wildlife.